guys, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play a fingerstyle arrangement of Joker and the Queen by Ed Sheeran. And this is a beautiful tune, it sounds so great fingerpicked in a fingerstyle arrangement. I also have a regular tutorial for this particular song if you just want chords to strum and sing along to. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Now, if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitar0tohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you want to improve on your fingerpicking in general, then sign up to GZ2H Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. Let's jump into the lesson. Okay, so let's start with our fingerpicking basics. Now, your thumb will take care of the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings, and your index, middle, and ring finger will take care of the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings respectively. Ideally, they shouldn't pluck any other strings other than the ones they've been assigned to, but there are a couple of exceptions to this. I'll get to those later. So let's start with the verse, and it's really nice and easy. We just have 2 lines of tab here. So let's start in a C major 7 position. So it's the same as a C, except you have your index finger lifted. Now there's a quick lead in here. So what we're going to do is pluck the 2nd string and hammer on with our index finger and pull off. So now with the hammer on, you are just literally hammering on that index finger onto the 1st fret. But the pull-off motion should be a downward motion. That will get the best pull-off sound. If you just lift your finger, it's gonna be fairly quiet. What you wanna do is apply pressure into the fretboard and then down, and then you'll get that nice hammer on, like that. And then we follow that by an open 3rd string. So the lead in, and then we get to the first bar of what I consider as the actual verse. So we're gonna continue on with the C shape, and at this point you can take your index finger up to the 4th string. And what we're gonna do is pinch the 5th and 4th strings at the same time. And then you'll take that index finger back up to the 3rd string, pluck that, and then the 1st and 2nd, and back to the 3rd. So those are the first 4 plucks of this bar. Then for the second half, you're gonna start by hitting the bass note, and we basically play the lead in. So this C bar in total. Our next shape is a D minor, but we're going to play it like this. So index finger on the 1st fret of the 1st string, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd, and pinky finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. We're going to start by pinching the 4th and 3rd strings. And then with your free ring finger here, put on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. So, and then pluck the 1st and 2nd strings, and then 3rd string. So the first half. Then for the second half, you'll lift that ring finger, hit the open 4th string. And then at this point, you can just lift your other fingers and leave your middle finger where it is. You'll pluck this twice, then the open 2nd string, and then with your index finger, 1st fret. So the second half, and the bar in total. At this point, you'll have your index and middle finger on the 1st and 2nd frets of the 3rd and 2nd string. So just keep them there, and then we're going to get into an F shape. So put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and ideally, if you can, get your thumb over the top to hit that 1st fret of the 6th string. Now, for this F shape, you're going to start off with a pinch, the 6th and 2nd strings together. Now, if you can't get that thumb over the top to hit that bass note, you can just substitute that F with the F on the 4th string. So you can do that instead if you can't reach your thumb over the top. But this low F sounds better. So we'll start with that, then 4th string, and then 3rd and 2nd, and back to 4th string. So then we'll go to a G chord. So just put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. So we're going to pinch the 6th and 2nd strings together, hold that out, and then we'll play the lead in lick. So pluck the open 2nd string, hammer on and pull off to the 1st fret, and then the open 3rd string. So this F to G bar. And then this last bar of the first line of tab is the same as that first C bar that we had. So it just sounds like this. So in total, the first line of tab. the second line of tab, the first two bars, the C and the D minor, are identical to the first line of tab. So nothing new to learn there. When we get to the F will be the same as what we've already learnt. But when we get to our G, we'll play the G like this with our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, not our ring finger. We'll pinch the 6th and 2nd strings together. And then at this point, you'll put your ring finger down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And we're going to pinch the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings together and the 2nd string by itself twice. So this bar in total. And then for the final bar, we'll play a C add 9 chord shape like this. We'll start by pinching the 5th and 2nd string, and then 4th, 3rd, 4th. So that's the first half. And then for the second half, we'll pinch the 5th and 1st strings, and then the 4th string. And at this point, we'll go to a G/B. So it's the same as the G chord, except you don't need to put your middle finger down. We're just focusing our bass note on that B note. So with this G/B, we'll pinch the 5th, 2nd, and 1st strings, like that. So the final bar. And the second line of tab in total. And verse 1 in total. Next we get to the chorus, and there's just 2 lines of tab here. So we're going to start with an A minor. We'll start by pinching the 5th, 3rd and 2nd strings together. Then the 4th string, 3rd and 2nd, and back to the 4th string. So. And then for the second half, we'll hit the bass note. And at this point, you can just lift all your other fingers and focus on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. We're going to pluck this 3 times. And then with your ring finger, go up to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then the open 1st string. So the first bar in total. Now with your ring finger here on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, we'll get into our D minor position for the next bar. You'll start by pinching the 4th and 1st strings together, and then the 3rd string, 2nd string, and quickly slide that up to the 5th fret. So, and then back down to 3rd fret. So the first half of this bar. And then for the second half, we'll go bass note, 3rd string, 1st and 2nd. And at this point, take your index finger up to the 1st fret of the 2nd string, pluck that, and then back to the 3rd fret. And that's really quick. So the second half. And the bar in total. Now with your ring finger already here on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, get into a G position. For our next bar, we'll pluck the 6th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd, and back to 4th. And then for the second half, we'll go back to that bass note, pluck the 2nd string 3 times, and then the open 1st string. At this point, you'll start to transition, so you can lift all your fingers as you're hitting that open 1st string, and then we'll get into this position. So it's the same as the C chord, except your index finger is barring across the 1st frets of the 1st and 2nd strings. So get into that position, pluck that 1st fret of the 1st string, and that ends that bar. So in total. So in this position, we'll stay here, and for the final bar, pinch the 5th and 1st strings together, and then we'll go 4th, 3rd and 2nd. And at this point, you can just lift your index finger and just play a regular C chord, and then hit the open 1st string. So the first half. And then for the second half, we'll pinch the 5th and 1st strings, and then the 3rd and 2nd, and then go to our G/B and pinch the 5th, 3rd and 2nd strings. So this bar in total. And the first line of the chorus. For the next line of tab, we start with our A minor. For the first half, it's the pinch of the 5th, 3rd and 2nd strings, 4th, 3rd and 2nd, and then back to 4th string. For the second half, we'll go bass note, 5th string, and then 3 notes. The 2nd string, and then with your ring finger, go to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then the open 1st string. So the second half, and the bar in total. And then with this ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, we can get into our D minor. Start by pinching the 4th and 2nd strings, then the 3rd string, pluck the 2nd string, slide up to the 5th, pluck that 5th fret and slide back down to the 3rd. So, and then to end this, it's 4th string, 3rd string, 1st and 2nd, and then the 1st fret of the 2nd string and 3rd fret quickly. And the bar in total. So with this note here, hold it and then transition to our G chord, and we're going to pluck 6th string, 4th, 3rd, 4th for the first half. Then pinch the 6th and 1st strings, hold that out, and then at the end of the bar, just lift everything, quickly hit the open 2nd string, 1st fret of the 2nd string, and then get into our C position and the bar in total. For our final bar, get into our C chord, pluck the 5th, open 3rd, and then lift your index finger and hit the 1st and 2nd and back to the 3rd string. And then to end this chorus, we'll play the lead-in notes at the start of the song. So that will take us into verse number 2. So the second line of tab. Now verse number 2 is identical to verse number 1 without the lead-in notes, so we've already learnt that. And chorus number 2 is almost identical to chorus number 1 with a few changes, and that only occurs at the end. So for the final C bar, we're going to start off the same way. So bass note, open 3rd, lift your index finger, hit the 1st and 2nd, and back to the 3rd. And then you'll put your index finger back down, and we'll play that C chord. And then 2 quick notes, 1st fret, 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So this final bar. And then we're basically playing the G chord that we had 2 bars ago. So. And then we'll end the song with a C chord. So I'll just play this second chorus from the second line of tab. And that's it for this fingerstyle arrangement of Joker and the Queen. So now I'll be doing a full playthrough of this fingerstyle arrangement. Feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice play along to and see how you go. Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons too. So hit the link here, or if you want to grab a copy of my free guitar ebook, then head over to guitarzerotohero.com or click the link here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.